Hey guys, it's Dom. Today I'm here with an exciting book review. For today's book review, I am reviewing Harry Potter and a Journey Through the History of Magic by J.K. Rowling and the British Library. Did I just say library? So, for today's review, I am reviewing Harry Potter and a Journey Through the History of Magic by J.K. Rowling and the British Library. J.K. Rowling came out with books for the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone, wherever you're from, and this was one of them. It is a work of nonfiction, and it's literally the history of magic and where she got her ideas. That's really the synopsis of this, and let's dive into it. So I love this book. It wasn't really what I was expecting. I honestly don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting like this huge history lesson that we got, but I'm not disappointed. When it comes to learning the history, it literally takes you class by class. So there's the Defense Against the Dark Arts class, there's the Care of Magical Creatures section, they have the Charm section, and just so on. And you feel like you're actually like at school at Hogwarts reading their textbook. Not only that, but this book made me realize how close the Harry Potter world is actually is to our world. Because for a lot of stuff I thought it was just made up, like Basilisk. I thought that was a made up animal. Like the hippogriff, I thought she made that up, she as in J.K. Rowling. But reading this, there are actual accounts of people from like medieval times talking about these creatures, and I was like, what? And it includes some of these artifacts. So one example in the artigraph is a witch's broom, which is on that page. Can you see that? So like that's an actual witch's broom, and throughout this book there's just a lot more of that, which I thought was really cool, because that's why the British Library came together and made this book. Actual artifacts, and I was like, here's actual divination cards they found. But other artifacts you get are J.K. Rowling's original drawings and original drafts. For example, you have this drawing of Harry and Gringotts. These are original drafts. My favorites are always these, the hand-drawn ones. And also through this journey, you learn that everything J.K. Rowling wrote wasn't random. It was all articulately planned, like right down to the names. Like for example, Sirius Black, as you know if you read the series, Sirius Black turns into a dog because he is an animagus. But he's named after a star called Sirius, which is the brightest star we can see from Earth. And not only that, but Sirius is in the constellation of a dog. And I was just like what? Who thinks of that, you know? This book also includes pictures of our famous professors, and you get many pictures of Harry, and there's also different activities in this book. Like at one point they teach you how to make flowers that change colors, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you guys got kids, this is the book for you to get them into Harry Potter. There's a letter from the screenwriter to the guy who made the Harry Potter movies happen, which like warmed my heart a little. And it also talks about J.K. Rowling's charity work. And one of the most interesting things I learned while reading this book is that Harry Potter's publication was literally in the hands of an 8-year-old. I don't want to get into detail why, because it's explained here and I want you guys to read this book, so I don't want to spoil that aspect for you. But honestly, the best part of this book was the nostalgic factor, because whenever I think I'm over the hype of Harry Potter, I read a new book and then I get excited all over again. And it was the same for this one, even though this was more of a history book rather than the fiction of his world. I just fell in love with a series that I've loved since I was a kid. Like, I've literally grown up with this series. Like, the first book was published 2 months before I was born. So I'm growing up with it. And to make this whole thing short, I ended up rating this a 5 out of 5. I mean, I did have a few cons. One con was that like some of the history lessons would drag a little, but to be honest, for me, that comes with any history book. Like, there's gonna be a part of history that just bores the shit out of you, and of course that happened here. But all in all, I loved this book. 5 out of 5. I'm glad I got this. I wasn't going to at first, but I'm glad I changed my mind. If you're very into Harry Potter and nonfiction and see where magic comes from, this is definitely the book for you. And that is all I have for this review, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao, tutti.